and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. And if you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube Shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Sun. 10 of Swords. Eight of Swords. Page of Cups. And we have the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. All right. I'm seeing that you've been making plans towards your future. You've been setting goals. You've been thinking about what you want in terms of the grand scheme of things. But I'm seeing that with the Sun, there's been some illumination that's been happening in terms of certain endings that have happened in your life, certain chapters of your life, things about your childhood that have needed some healing. And I'm seeing that with this transitory period that you've been going through, you've really been focused on that. You've been focused on your healing, on your moving forward, on looking at endings differently, on all the things that we've really been talking about here. And I don't know, it's almost like there's an indecisive energy here with this Eight of Swords. And it's almost like, in a way, it's almost like you don't know where to go next, or you feel sort of stuck for some reason. Even though you know that things are moving forward and you're receiving messages that things are moving forward, there's this sort of energy of, well, I don't know, maybe it's worry that you're not growing, or that you haven't grown fast enough, or that you haven't learned a lesson maybe. Or maybe it's that your emotions and things feel very burdensome right now because of all this healing and stuff that you've been doing. But I'm seeing that with the Page of Cups, there's going to be some opportunities and things coming in here shortly that are going to take you by surprise. Things are going to start to pick up again. Maybe it's more that you feel a little unfulfilled at this time. It's the energy is like a kind of confusing sort of energy, which is why I'm, I guess, struggling to articulate it. I am seeing, though, since the Queen of Pentacles was on the bottom of the deck, that this could have to do with your stability. This could have to do with your merging of your career aspirations and your life affirmations. This could have to do with realizing you were overgiving in situations that you didn't realize you were overgiving to, or imbalances in terms of relationships, or imbalances in terms of the way that you were going about your stability and gaining that stability. And it could just be bringing up a lot of emotion for you. So let's just get a couple more cards here. We have the Hierophant. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. Wheel of Fortune. Empress on the bottom. Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay, so I didn't even do that on purpose, but I don't know if you can tell. So we have the Empress on the bottom of the deck, and the Emperor is sticking out. divine counterparts. This is so interesting because I feel like the last reading kind of did this too, where it just like pivoted all of a sudden into being more of a love reading. It's almost like, I don't know, I'm picking up on this lonely sort of energy, even though there's also this contentment of self where you feel like you finally have connected more to your authentic self, more to who you truly are deep down, who you are meant to be, your confidence in your independence. But it's almost like, I don't know if there's like a worry of you not finding the person that you want to be with or what exactly. There's something having to do with your love life here. And it's the same energy of this Eight of Swords that's sort of hanging me up here because it's a very sort of confusing energy. Maybe it's that you are realizing that your traditions and your values and things when it comes to relationships has changed. But regardless of exactly what this Eight of Swords is, I am seeing, or it could also be that you're not seeing something's about to be coming in because we do have the Ace of Wands here. I am seeing with the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is usually somebody who comes rushing in, who kind of is really good at talking and will align their actions to a certain extent, but eventually it tends to fizzle out. I am seeing that there may be something coming in here shortly, some sort of, it could be a fire sign, but it doesn't have to be, coming in on their little horse, trying to convince you that either they've changed, if this is someone from your past, or if this is somebody who reminds you of someone from your past, that they're different. And this could go back to towards the beginning of the year. I had done a reading that had talked about some sort of an illusionist coming in before you meet your soulmate. And this person could be coming in to test you. It could be a test to make sure that you actually want to align with your divine counterpart and you're not willing to settle for somebody who is half-assed. And so this could be the final test in your love life, and that could be what it is that you don't see this coming. And it's going to shape which direction the wheel starts to turn. It's like the final step, I guess. Now, if you stay true to your authentic self and true to who you really are and what you really truly want, I am seeing that your divine counterpart's gonna be coming in. And it's interesting because of all the divine counterparts, it feels like the Empress and the Emperor are kind of like the most opposite in the sense that, well, I guess opposite maybe isn't the right word. Complementary might be the right word. Because the Empress is someone who's very nurturing, very loving, but has strong boundaries, but is sort of like this energy of whatever they nurture is what grows. Whereas the Emperor is more someone who demands respect and goes after what they want in a very powerful and sometimes a little aggressive sort of way. This is somebody who often is very ambitious. Sometimes they have a lot of money, depending on what type of emperor it is. But regardless, they're usually very successful, but they're usually more successful in a less emotional way. They can be excellent business people. They can be entrepreneurs. They can be very numbers oriented. They could be very good with money. Whereas the Empress is more driven by that love and that nurturing and that sort of caregiver sort of energy. The Emperor is more driven by numbers, results, ambition. They're a very A-type personality. And so what I'm seeing with that is that you're going to be meeting somebody who's going to be a lot more complimentary to you. But this could put you very much out of your comfort zone because the Emperor can come on a little strong sometimes, or sometimes it can come across a little less romantic because the Emperor is somebody who tends to be like, they don't just show their emotion to anybody. They're a lot more guarded. They're a lot more selective with who they choose to open up to. And the Emperor, though, with the Empress, it's like the Empress can always get to the heart of the Emperor. Because the Emperor, it's like the Empress is the one person that the Emperor allows to do that. But they can come across cold sometimes, unemotional, unfeeling. So And it's interesting because the Emperor is also fire energy. It's ruled by Aries. And so whoever's coming in to test you could have some similar traits to the Emperor, but you're going to see the difference between the actions that are taken. The Emperor is going to do what they say. They are very much an action-oriented type of person. The Knight of Wands is going to talk a lot more than they're going to take action, or they're going to say things that are not going to align with their actions. The Knight of Wands is somebody who's more of a sweet talker, whereas the Emperor is very good at talking and can be a sweet talker too, but they usually are backing their words with their actions, whereas the Knight of Wands doesn't always do that. And this could also be, for some of you, that maybe you're realizing that what you want in a long-term relationship has shifted. And so it could also be that somebody's coming in to teach you another lesson about what it is that you want for your long term. Just make sure that if this Knight of Wands ends up being somebody like that you don't stay with them past their expiration date. And you're going to know because your intuition is going to tell you who this person is and what their purpose is in your life. If this is somebody that you immediately get the draw to get to know them and you're like, I need to know this person, then they're likely there to teach you a lesson, or there's something important about this person that's coming in. But that doesn't always mean they're a soulmate or a counterpart. So just make sure that you're really taking some time to get in touch with your intuition when this situation arises. And make sure that you're sticking to your authenticity, because that could also be part of the problem, is that the Emperor is somebody who's extremely confident. I would say even to a little bit of a fault. Excuse you, Soul Bear. I don't know what his deal is. He never sits on the table, and you're gonna sit in the cards. Sound like you can't sit on the cards, bud. I don't know what his deal is, but he never sits on this table. And you all saw the last reading where he decided to sit. Now he wants to sit on the cards. So I don't know. I'm going to take that as a little bit of a sign here that I've told you all that you're meant to know right now. And so I'm going to cut the reading short here and go ahead and end it. Your affirmation for this reading. Your affirmation is, I am getting clear on what I want in my future partnerships. And I say that too because sometimes we have soulmates who come in who are not romantic soulmates. Same with divine counterparts. Sometimes there's a counterpart that comes in that is not a romantic counterpart. They're meant to be there to help you with something else. But I would say I feel like this is largely a love reading, but for some of you, you could fall into that category where there's somebody important coming into your life, or two people who are important coming into your life who are meant to teach you something else about yourself. And so if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.